I just found out I booked a commercial in Korea. I'm leaving to Seoul this weekend. I fly to Korea tomorrow. It's currently 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. I'm feeling very overwhelmed for an international flight and trip that I didn't know about a week ago. Whenever I'm overwhelmed, which is a lot, I start with just making a list. Let's get into it. Now we just have to get all of this into my little carry-on. So I have all of my clothes in here. I do my pajamas, athletic clothes, and socks, underwear, things like that in that little pouch. I brought my Hatch alarm clock because I kind of want to just feel comfortable in my space and I love it. And 2 pairs of extra shoes, a bag, just in case I go crazy and like buy stuff there, but I honestly don't think I'm going to, but it's just for safety. I always pack pretty light. I don't even really own a checks bag size, so I'm always limited to my carry-on, but make it work. Honestly, being packed before the sun's down is huge. Do I feel ready for this trip? I guess I'm ready for this. I feel like I'm unprepared in terms of just what I want to make of the trip other than work. I have no idea what to do in Korea. I'm not worried about the shoot itself because I've done the audition. I don't think the script's really going to change all that much. Auditioning's the hard part, but being on set is really fun and easy, especially when it's a commercial, you know? Honestly, I just want to have fun. I think it's such a cool opportunity to be able to go and do a commercial in Korea. I've already caught myself downplaying this opportunity a few times. Somebody asked what I was doing this weekend and I was like, I actually booked a commercial in Korea and I'm really excited about it. And then I immediately said something like, oh, but it's just a non-union commercial. I guess the most exciting thing though is I'm doing this, you know? Look, realistically, the rate on this commercial is not stellar. It's not like a SAG national commercial. It's not going to pay my bills for like months and months, you know. But I am really excited because when I quit my corporate job in December, I was just like, I want to be able to open myself up to opportunities like this one. And like, it sounds a little woo-woo, but I truly don't think that I'd be getting the opportunities that I've already gotten this year if I hadn't quit my job because my energy was just not where it needed to be booking these jobs. I never want to downplay booking anything because it's hard to book something, especially out here. Whenever I see a breakdown on Actors Access, I always think like, oh my god, there's probably like hundreds and hundreds of people submitting to this thing. And so booking anything is impressive. And I want to remember that. And I think I've gotten better at internalizing those wins this year. I don't know, I'm just excited. I guess it just like doesn't feel real though because I'm still here, but it's gonna be really fun and I'm excited to meet people, hopefully. And just like getting to travel for work is like so sick. Peak airport dad behavior. I zipped through security so fast. I always get nervous with international flights, but there's nobody here. As I thought. What the? All things considered, I'm feeling pretty good after a 14 hour flight. Don't really know if I vibe with like the fake opulent style, but the view is really beautiful, honestly. Time warp. Good morning. Slept pretty decent. I did wake up at like 3 and I was like, oh no, but I went back to sleep and we're good. Today is rainy. Also, I don't know if I like these little buildings. They kind of freak me out. It's 8 a.m., which is pretty good, I think. I think my plan is to go to the gym and to grab some coffee before we head to our fitting. Let's go find the gym. Canvas. This is really all I need. I really just wanted to walk on a treadmill for a little bit. Okay, never mind. None of them are working.
All right, let's switch to the other side. That bench leg. Up, in, up.
I should have brought an umbrella. I have about an hour before production picks us up for our fitting, so I think I'm gonna do some admin. So this is my acting Notion board. Above this section, which is my audition tracker, I have a list of goals, which I'm keeping personal to myself, and some just to-do things like auditions that are current, things like that. These are my auditions. I blurred out the names of the projects because I want to keep some things to myself. But generally how this works is I track like the status of the audition. So whether or not I booked something, if I got a callback, if it's submitted and I'm waiting, and then archive is stuff that I've assumed that I didn't get or I know that I didn't get. I also tag things like what platform I got it from, if I self-submitted for it, or if my manager or commercial agency got it for me. I scrolled over a little bit. I also blurred out the casting director's info. I think this is the most important part. I log my feelings about the audition, so I kind of give myself notes and an honest rating on a scale of 5. And then I link out to the actual tape in my Google Drive. And then if I get callbacks and bookings, I note what days those came in, so I can kind of keep track of like how quickly things happen in a timeline sense for myself. This is exciting. I just got a callback for this project, so I'm going to move that up, and then I am going to create a couple of new projects that I have to do auditions for. I'm actually going to try to get a self-tape done before the fitting today because I don't really know how much time I'll have over the next couple of days, and it's due in 2, I think. So what I'm trying to do is set up a decent self-tape background in my hotel room. I brought this collapsible tripod with me. This is something I always bring when I go and travel because it's really convenient and it folds up to something like this big, and it doesn't usually get stopped by TSA. I went ahead and found the most plain wall that I could, and I'm going to just kind of bunch the curtain up so that you can't see it in my frame. That's gonna have to do. And then I will tape against this little wall here. It's like a little bit distracting because there's that edge there, but it's better than nothing. This honestly looks pretty decent. I also brought this little clip-on ring light, which I think will really help me out here. This is what the lighting looks like. My frame will be essentially this, so I'm gonna give it a whirl and I'll be right back. Just did a hair and makeup test and now waiting for my fitting. It is 10 o'clock and we just got back from our fitting, which started around 2. I'm so tired. The fitting was a little bit of a crazy experience. They put me through so many different hair and makeup and outfit changes, and I don't really know if client liked any of the outfits. They were a little wild, let's just say that. The makeup and hair was really fun. I learned a couple of tricks that I definitely need to figure out how to replicate. But I think if anything, like one thing I just caught myself trying to reframe was when I would be like sitting in the chair and kind of spacing out because one, I'm still a little jet lagged. I think all of the actors who are here are. Whenever I caught myself feeling like tired or like a little teeny bit cranky from just like being exhausted, I would just be like, wait, I'm in Korea for a commercial. Like, that's so cool. Ultimately, I'm just so grateful to be here. This is such a crazy experience. Full day. Luckily, tomorrow is a day off, so I get to rest a little bit. I'm hoping to have some fun though. I just really want to explore Seoul. I don't really know if I'm gonna have time. Me and the other actors were kind of just like, we should figure out something fun to do tomorrow. But I'm gonna go take my makeup off and pass out. I am so tired. But once again, very grateful to be here. Good morning. It is day 2. Today's our off day, and they kind of low-key told us yesterday, like, don't go anywhere. But honestly, me and the other actors are all kind of feeling like we want to get out. So I'm gonna go grab some breakfast after this and kind of regroup with them, see what we want to do. I just want to enjoy today. Like, I don't want to fly all the way here and not be able to experience Korea a little bit. I did finally download Kakao Map, basically like the Korean version of Google Maps, and that was much more helpful in terms of actually figuring out what's open around here. I would love to find a good coffee this morning. That's my mission. One of the producers yesterday though was like, Korean coffee isn't very good. And I was like, that's kind of crazy considering there's like a gazillion coffee shops here. So I don't know if I believe him. Yesterday for my makeup, I really liked certain techniques. Like basically they took this wooden skewer and curled my lashes and they stayed all day, and that was insane. I've never had that happen before. But then there's a couple other things that I really liked initially, and then I kind of sat with it and I was like, I'm actually not sure how I feel about this. I kind of just chalked it up to different beauty standards. I loved my eye makeup and wing that she did initially, and she filled in my brows really well. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up my makeup and then we're gonna go grab some breakfast. I'm a coward. I'm getting a bagel again. But it's from a local spot this time, so I feel like that's a step up, you know? It's a beautiful day though, so I'm excited to get breakfast and get going. That's pro. Successful bagel trip. Sometimes I feel like I get a little bit anxious when I travel because I'm so used to like the hustle and bustle of my normal life that when I go somewhere else, it's just like I can't really appreciate the stillness and break in my schedule. It is just nice to like walk around, smell the flowers, get outside and just take it slow. There's something just really nice about being alone when you travel too. It's just nice to be surrounded by something other than screens and my normal everyday life. I feel like I've been thinking a lot too about like, if I say I'm an artist, what am I actually making? I've been thinking a lot about content and how I kind of hate short form content now. It just doesn't feel worth it or useful or helpful. So this has been really nice. I know this is like not that big of a deal, but I haven't taken any content that's vertical this trip, which is kind of crazy. I've rarely been on my phone to shoot video, just on this camera, and it's kind of like a nice separation of just like being off my phone, but still getting to create and capture memories, because I think that's important too. But yeah, I don't know, I just want to be more intentional about what I create this year. I want to actually tell stories that I think that matters, whether that's me writing or acting and things I care about. Good art and good stories really do matter now more than ever. And I want to do my best to prioritize telling ones that I care about. I just found out that my call time is 5:20 a.m. I'm not stoked about that, but I just keep saying like, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be here. Cool opportunity. Am I getting enough sleep tonight? Not really. We just went out to a Korean barbecue spot and it was really fun. I'm glad we got out tonight. Got some boba for dessert. Yeah, so had a mini adventure. I honestly didn't get to film any of it because I kind of just wanted to be present and I didn't really want to rope the other actors into being in my vlog. I love talking to other actors because we all love film and TV and just like nerd out over what we like. It's just like really fun and it was a really good dinner. Skin prep for the shoot. I put some of my dew cleanser into this little pump thing because it fit into my little carry-on. I really love the dew cleanser. I think it gets makeup off pretty decently. It doesn't leave me feeling super dry after, and I like how it foams. After cleanser, I'm really liking The Ordinary's Multi-Active Delivery Essence. I just feel like it helps me absorb the rest of my skincare. I'm just gonna pat it in. I brought like a little teeny size of the Laneige Cream Skin Serapeptide. This one rocks. This one is super moisturizing. And I'm also just gonna press this into my skin. I FaceTimed Paul this morning and he was just like, wow, your skin looks so good. And I think it's this. I might go ahead and repurchase that in a big size. I brought a little travel size of the Trini London moisturizer. It also has like a really nice like light scent. So if you don't like a scent, I don't know if this one's the right one for you, but this one works really well for my skin and I really, really like it. I also brought this Osea eye cream that I'm just going to lightly pat in. I don't really know if any of the eye creams that I've used really do anything. If anything, I think whenever I use retinol, my skin has the most improvement. I personally really like the Trader Joe's lip mask that's just like vanilla flavored. This one's really good. And I will sleep with that on. Last thing I'm gonna do before I go to bed is submit an audition that I did earlier today. Go over the lines that they sent me. They said the script is almost finalized, so I'm just gonna go off whatever they sent. Make sure my alarm is set to 4:45, which is gonna suck, but it's the gig. Do a little meditation and pass out promptly. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. I'm so tired. Let's fucking go, I guess. My skin looks really good this morning. I just put some moisturizer on, but it's super clear and it just feels amazing. So last night's routine did the trick. The lighting's a bit funky, but trust me, the skin is looking great. And you always want to show up to set without makeup on because they're gonna take it off anyway, and it just makes it easier on hair and makeup. They also requested that I wash my hair this morning. And I was like, do you think I'm greasy? Okay, it's 5:12. I have 8 minutes till I have to be downstairs, which is perfect. We are shooting outside in the park. So I'm not gonna bring like a laptop or a huge bag or anything because even though I think it's really safe around here, I just wanna be careful and light on my feet because I don't really know how the production's gonna be moving. So I'm bringing a tiny little bag to set today with a couple of things. I brought some mints, some hand cream, an extra battery for my camera. I brought a sample size of the Glossier You Do perfume and I really like it. So we'll see if I purchase the full size. And I brought a little protein smoothie packet just in case I get to have that. But that's pretty much it. I'm keeping it light today. I'm fairly certain they're going to just knock the first scene out that I'm in, and then there's another actress who's going to be in a separate scene, and I think hers is going to be second. Her call time's not till 10, so she's the lucky one here. Go downstairs and figure it out. This is crazy. I do wish I could have filmed set, but
yeah,
hey.
it's all right.
What can you do? I'm so bummed that I couldn't get any footage while on set today. They said that usually for these shoots, they let you take behind the scenes photos and things like that, but because it's a new product, they're extremely secretive. When we got to set, they literally put like stickers over every single lens on everybody's cameras. They were like, absolutely under no circumstances are you allowed to take photos of anything. There was a gazillion like big black privacy screens around where we were shooting. And it was kind of crazy. It was like the most secure set I think I've ever worked on. There was just like a gazillion security guards at the front of the location when we got there this morning. It was a little intimidating, not gonna lie. So we got into hair and makeup and wardrobe around 6-ish a.m. The shoot was a little insane. I believe that these are going to be digital ads, and so they were mostly shot vertically, I think. But they were trying to get the idea in a one shot, so it took a lot of takes. Because it was a new phone model that we were shooting, they were quite particular about how they wanted the phone held, how your hand could be positioned on the phone, how you navigate the phone. So like what fingers you can use, like how you actually like pinch or swipe. Luckily, I didn't actually have to do any of the phone handling. My counterpart in the scene, he definitely had to do most of that. We did 3 setups and we did over 40 takes for each setup. So it was pretty repetitive and nitpicky, but we got it. We got it. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I stuck this camera in. I did not take any footage, but I did not get it stickered or anything. I was not brave enough to try to like bend the rules and get any footage of set. We had this nice lunch after the shoot. I was also still nervous because unfortunately for some reason, me and the other actor got to lunch kind of late. And so the only spots at lunch were next to the security guards, and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna film anything. Just in case. Like, just in case. It felt kind of like awkward, you know? I can actually see the production company from the window right now. I think we're all hoping to go grab dinner together afterwards, so I will try to remember to film that. But overall, it was a really great day. I would absolutely love to come out to another country and do this another time. I feel like the shoot was a really good lesson in like being extremely meticulous. I wouldn't say the shoot was so much like acting and you didn't really get to practice like, you know, really impressive acting technique or whatever. But it was very much so like, okay, you have to remember so many tiny adjustments and positioning details and implementing them while you say your lines, while you give the correct reactions that client wanted. So it was a really good and fun experience in that respect.
Have you been vlogging?
Yeah,
Have you done vlog?
of course.
Any Korean guys actually like to subscribe to see and some of that?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Time to go home. Unmatched backpack for traveling. I have so much stuff in here and it's not even full yet. I have my book, little hammock for my feet on the plane just in case I needed that, but I didn't. I brought like a whole neck pillow in here. Tucked in front of that is my headphone case. This one just keeps like all of my adapters and batteries, little phone stands, hard drive, whatever in it. And it's like pretty chunky. This is gonna go in front of the book, just like that. And then this is still gonna have room for all of my toiletries. Makeup kit, also by Dagny Dover. This will just sit right on top. And then I need to clean all this up, but that'll go in too. Super full, but very well organized. It's gonna go right on top because I wanna have my skincare on the plane. And finally, my laptop, which there's a little laptop compartment in here, easy peasy. And then I will zip it up. I like that there's a little luggage handle strap so it can just go right there, and that's everything I brought on my 5-day international flight. The cafe is very cute. I'm super glad I found this and it's right next to my gate. I think I'm gonna do some admin work, so like uploading receipts and just kind of like taking stock of the trip. This is a nice place to relax. I feel like this is almost better than a lounge. I love being surrounded by the books. This is perfect. I'm back. I didn't really want to film an outro, but I was editing and it just didn't feel right to like end on the plane taking off. It's been a week since I got back from Korea though, which is crazy. It feels like so much has happened in that week. I don't know, time just flies like really fast. To be fair, a lot has happened in this past week. Lots of like personal family things. I had a lot of work to catch up on, so I was like filming a bunch of videos. One thing I think about a lot in terms of acting is that you can do this project that feels really big or really important, really exciting, like going to Korea for a commercial. It really doesn't like change the trajectory of your life all that much. Unless you were to book like a major film role or like a big TV role. Your life stays pretty much the same when you're an actor at this level. Didn't have any auditions this week. It was a very slow week, but I did have a callback, the one that I marked in my Notion board last week, and it went really well. I have a chemistry read now. In a weird way, and I know it's only been a week, Korea feels like a distant memory, so I'm really glad that I have like this piece of work and this vlog to look back on that trip. I'll stop talking. I don't really have anything else to say, but let me know what you liked about this vlog. If you hated it, I can take feedback. I do mean it when I say I would love to hear what you, friends and family and people that I know and love, thought about this. Strangers, you can comment too if you're nice. See you next time.